You know that stubborn belly fat after 60? The kind that just won't budge no matter how many walks you take or how careful you've been with your meals? It can feel like your body stopped listening. Here's the truth. It's not your fault. After 60, our bodies change in ways we can't control. Hormones shift. Inflammation lingers quietly, and muscle starts to fade. That deep belly fat isn't just under the skin, it wraps around your organs, and it plays by different rules now. But here's the good news. Food can be a gentle ally, not a quick fix, not a miracle. Just everyday, affordable choices that may help your body work with you, not against you. Let's talk about 9 simple foods that research suggests could support your metabolism, ease inflammation, and give your body what it needs, without strict diets or deprivation. Because after 60, you deserve solutions that respect how hard you're already trying. As we age, our metabolism slows down, but emerging research shows that certain nutrients can help reignite it. Polyphenols in berries, for instance, may subtly enhance fat oxidation, while the omega-3s in walnuts and flax seeds could help reduce visceral fat's inflammatory grip. Fermented foods like yogurt and kefir introduce probiotics that support gut health, a surprising factor in weight management. Even spices aren't just for flavor. Compounds in cinnamon and turmeric have been linked to better blood sugar control, which becomes increasingly crucial post-60. Hydration matters differently now too. Herbal teas like hibiscus provide antioxidants while helping the body shed water weight more efficiently. Crucially, these foods work best when paired with movement, not intense workouts, but gentle resistance exercises that rebuild the muscle mass we naturally lose. It's about creating a biological environment where your body feels safe to let go of what it no longer needs. After 60, belly fat often becomes stubborn in ways it never was before. You might notice it doesn't respond the same way to your usual efforts, eating a little less, walking a little more. But here's what's important to understand. It's not your fault. Your body is simply changing, and so is the way it handles fat, especially the deep kind around your organs, what we call visceral fat. Unlike the softer fat just under your skin, visceral fat behaves differently as we age. 3 key shifts make it more persistent after 60. First, hormones that once helped regulate fat storage and metabolism like estrogen and progesterone gradually decline, altering how your body manages energy. Second, low-grade inflammation, which tends to increase with age, can make fat cells more resistant to change. And third, muscle mass naturally decreases over time, slowing your resting metabolism just enough to tip the balance. The good news? Nutrition can be a gentle ally here. By choosing foods that support your hormones, ease inflammation, and nourish your muscles, you're giving your body what it needs to work with you, not against you. It's not about fighting your body. It's about supporting it wisely. Avocado is one of those simple, everyday foods that might just give your body a little extra support when it comes to that stubborn belly fat after 60. What makes it special? It's packed with healthy monounsaturated fats, the kind that help your body feel satisfied without overeating. These fats don't just fill you up. They may also gently support your metabolism, which naturally slows down a bit as we age. Avocados also bring potassium, which helps balance fluids in your body, and fiber, which keeps digestion steady. That fiber can be especially helpful because it slows down how quickly sugar enters your bloodstream, which means fewer energy crashes and cravings later. Now, you don't need to eat a whole avocado in one sitting. That's too much for most people. Just a quarter of an avocado mashed on whole grain toast or sliced into a salad is a simple way to get these benefits without overdoing it. And here's the key: it's not about forcing yourself to eat foods you dislike. It's about choosing small, sustainable additions that work with your body, not against it. By picking foods like avocado ones that nourish without deprivation, you're creating a gentler environment for your body to thrive. Remember, this isn't a quick fix. It's a way to care for yourself day by day. Now, let's talk about blueberries, those tiny, vibrant gems that pack a surprising punch. Research suggests the deep blue color comes from powerful antioxidants called anthocyanins, which may help gently ease low-grade inflammation in the body. And after 60, inflammation can sometimes make stubborn belly fat harder to manage. The good news? Adding blueberries is as simple as tossing a handful into your morning oatmeal or stirring them into plain yogurt. You don't need a lot, just about a small serving most days can be a flavorful way to support your body. Of course, blueberries aren't a magic solution, but they're one of those small, sweet choices that add up over time. Think of them as a little daily gift, to yourself, a way to nourish without feeling restricted. And remember, this isn't about perfection, it's about progress, one blueberry at a time. Beyond their anti-inflammatory benefits, blueberries also support cognitive health, a crucial consideration as we age. Studies indicate that regular consumption may help slow age-related memory decline by protecting brain cells from oxidative stress. Their fiber content promotes gut health, while natural compounds like flavonoids contribute to heart health by improving blood vessel function. Interestingly, frozen blueberries retain nearly the same nutritional value as fresh ones, making them a convenient year-round option. For an extra boost, pair them with nuts or seeds. The healthy fats enhance absorption of their fat-soluble nutrients. Their mild sweetness also makes them a versatile ingredient. Try blending them into smoothies, baking them into whole grain muffins, or simply enjoying them as a refreshing snack. The key is consistency. Even small, regular portions can yield long-term benefits without drastic dietary changes. Now, let's talk about fatty fish like salmon, sardines, or mackerel. These aren't just delicious, they're packed with something special called omega-3 fatty acids. And for many of us over 60, these healthy fats may play a role in helping our bodies manage belly fat a little better. Here's why omega-3s have been studied for their potential to support hormone balance, particularly as our natural hormone levels shift with age. They also seem to have a gentle way of encouraging the body to handle inflammation, which can sometimes make stubborn belly fat harder to lose. But here's the good news. You don't need to eat fish at every meal to see a difference. A simple serving of about 3 ounces, roughly the size of a deck of cards, twice a week, could be a great place to start. Maybe that's a small salmon fillet for dinner or some sardines tossed into a salad. The key is consistency, not perfection. Think of it as giving your body a little extra support, not with guarantees, but with kindness. And remember, while food like this may help, it's always wise to check in with your doctor, especially if you're on medications or have specific health concerns. Small steps, one bite at a time. You might have noticed how that stubborn belly fat seems to cling on after 60, even when you're eating carefully and staying active. It's frustrating, isn't it? But here's what I want you to remember. It's not your fault. Our bodies simply change as we age. One little thing that might gently help: green tea. Not the sugary bottled kind, but a simple cup of brewed, unsweetened green tea. Research suggests its natural compounds, like EGCG, may offer mild metabolic support. Think of it as a small nudge for your body's natural processes. I often tell my patients to try swapping one daily beverage for unsweetened green tea, maybe that mid-morning coffee or soda. It's not about dramatic changes, just consistent, gentle choices. And remember, while food like this may help, it's always wise to check in with your doctor, especially if you're on medications or have specific health concerns. Small steps, one bite at a time. Ever wonder why stress seems to amplify weight gain as we grow older? Cortisol, the stress hormone, plays a sneaky role, especially after 60. When stress lingers, cortisol encourages fat storage, often around the midsection, making it harder to shed. But here's a quiet shift that could help: mindful breathing. Just 5 minutes of slow, deep breaths daily signals your nervous system to dial down cortisol production. Pair this with a short walk, not intense, just steady movement to further ease stress's grip on metabolism. Another subtle tweak: prioritizing sleep. Poor rest disrupts hunger hormones, making cravings harder to resist. Try winding down with a caffeine-free herbal tea, chamomile, or peppermint an hour before bed. These aren't quick fixes, but over time, they create a calmer internal environment where small dietary changes like that green tea can work more effectively. Always listen to your body and consult your healthcare provider to tailor these steps to your needs. Progress is quiet, but it counts. Now, let's talk about cruciferous vegetables, your broccoli, cauliflower, cabbage, and kale. These humble greens are packed with plant compounds that may gently support your body's natural detox processes. Think of them as little helpers, working quietly in the background. Research suggests these compounds could play a role in managing inflammation, which, as we've discussed, often ties into stubborn belly fat after 60. The best part? They're easy to add to your day. Try steaming a handful of broccoli until it's just tender. It takes about 5 minutes. Or toss cauliflower florets with a drizzle of olive oil, roast them until golden, and enjoy the slight sweetness that comes out. Even a simple stir fry with shredded cabbage can make a difference. You don't need fancy recipes, just aim for a modest, sensible portion most days. And remember, while food like this may help, it's always wise to check in with your doctor, especially if you're on medications or have specific health concerns. Small steps, one bite at a time. Now let's talk about eggs, a simple, affordable food that may offer some gentle support when it comes to stubborn belly fat after 60. Eggs are packed with high-quality protein, which can be especially helpful as we age. You see, maintaining muscle becomes more challenging over time, and protein helps preserve that precious muscle mass. Eggs also contain choline, a nutrient that plays a role in metabolism and liver function, both of which can influence how our bodies manage fat. The best part? Eggs are incredibly versatile. You can enjoy them boiled, scrambled, or poached, whatever suits your taste. A reasonable serving for many people is 1 or 2 eggs a day. Of course, if you have concerns about cholesterol or specific health conditions, it's always wise to check with your doctor first. And remember, while food like this may help, it's always wise to check in with your doctor, especially if you're on medications or have specific health concerns. Small steps, one bite at a time. Eggs aren't the only protein-rich food that can aid in managing weight as we age. Consider incorporating fatty fish like salmon or mackerel into your diet. They're loaded with omega-3 fatty acids, which may help reduce inflammation and support metabolic health. Plant-based options like lentils, chickpeas, and quinoa also offer a solid protein boost while providing fiber, which promotes satiety and digestive wellness. Another often overlooked factor is meal timing. Eating protein earlier in the day, such as with breakfast, may help regulate appetite and energy levels more effectively. Pairing protein with fiber-rich vegetables or whole grains can further enhance digestion and nutrient absorption. Hydration also plays a key role sometimes. Thirst is mistaken for hunger. Sipping water or herbal teas between meals can help curb unnecessary snacking. Lastly, gentle movement like walking or light resistance exercises can amplify the benefits of a protein-rich diet by maintaining muscle tone and mobility. Consistency matters more than intensity, especially after 60. Always tailor choices to your unique health needs and consult a professional if unsure. Now, let's talk about garlic, a humble kitchen staple with surprising potential. Garlic contains sulfur compounds like allicin, which some studies suggest may help gently ease low-grade inflammation in the body. And since inflammation can sometimes make stubborn belly fat harder to manage after 60, adding a little garlic to your meals might offer subtle support. The best part, it's effortless to include. Try mincing a clove or two into soups, stir-fries, or even roasted vegetables. Just enough to add flavor without overwhelming your palate. Research on garlic is still evolving, but what we do know is that it's been part of traditional wellness practices for centuries. Of course, it's not a magic bullet, but when paired with other nourishing foods, it can be one small piece of a larger, gentler approach. And remember, while food like this may help, it's always wise to check in with your doctor, especially if you're on medications or have specific health concerns. Small steps, one bite at a time. Now, let's talk about legumes, those humble but mighty foods like lentils, chickpeas, and beans. These little powerhouses are packed with something your body loves, fiber. And fiber, especially the kind found in legumes, may help keep your blood sugar steady. That's important because when blood sugar spikes and crashes, it can make cravings harder to resist and leave you feeling sluggish. Legumes work slowly, gently releasing energy instead of flooding your system all at once. Research suggests this steady approach may help your body manage weight more effectively over time. Here's an easy way to start. Try adding just half a cup of cooked lentils or beans to your meals about 3 times a week. Stir them into soups, toss them in salads, or mash them into a simple spread. The key is to go slow, small, consistent changes often work better than drastic overhauls. And if beans sometimes cause discomfort, start with smaller portions and drink plenty of water. Your gut will adjust. While food like this may help, it's wise to check with your healthcare provider if you take medications or have specific health concerns. Small steps, one bite at a time. Extra virgin olive oil isn't just for salads, it could be a quiet helper for your body after 60. The best quality kind, the deep green gold one, contains special compounds called polyphenols and oleocanthal. Research suggests these may gently support your metabolism not by forcing change, but by contributing to a healthier internal environment. Think of it like giving your body better tools to work with. A simple way to add it: drizzle a spoonful over steamed vegetables or use it to lightly saute greens. It turns an ordinary side dish into something that may do a little more for you. And that rich, peppery taste means a little goes a long way. Remember, while food like this may help, it's always wise to check in with your doctor, especially if you're on medications or have specific health concerns. Small steps, one bite at a time. Here's a new continuation for your documentary narration in the same style. As we age, our bodies naturally become more sensitive to inflammation, a slow-burning fire that can affect everything from joints to memory. The polyphenols in high-quality olive oil may help calm this process, acting like a gentle buffer against daily wear and tear. Early studies hint that regular consumption, just a tablespoon or 2 daily, might support cognitive function over time, like tending a garden rather than expecting overnight blooms. But not all oils are equal. True extra virgin olive oil is cold-pressed, preserving its delicate compounds. Look for a harvest date on the label and a dark glass bottle to protect it from light. Warm it slightly to release its aroma, or fold it into soft foods like mashed sweet potatoes for effortless absorption. Pair it with colorful vegetables. Their natural antioxidants create a subtle synergy. This isn't about quick fixes. It's about stacking small, savory choices that add up. Listen to your body's responses and let your meals quietly work in your favor. Now, you might be wondering, how do these 9 foods actually work together? Think of them as a gentle team, each playing a small but meaningful role in supporting your body after 60. None of them are magic bullets, but together they create a nutritional environment where your hormones, metabolism, and inflammation levels may find better balance. It's not about drastic changes or cutting out everything you love. Instead, it's about consistency, small, daily additions that add up over time. For example, the healthy fats in avocado and olive oil may help keep you satisfied, while the fiber in legumes and cruciferous veggies support steady digestion. The antioxidants in blueberries and green tea, along with the omega-3s in fatty fish, could gently nudge inflammation in a healthier direction. And the protein in eggs, paired with the sulfur compounds in garlic, might give your metabolism a subtle boost. The key is patience. This isn't a crash diet or a quick fix. It's a way of eating that respects how your body changes with age. Pair these foods with movement you enjoy, good sleep, and your doctor's guidance, and you're giving yourself the best possible support. Remember, while food like this may help, it's always wise to check in with your doctor, especially if you're on medications or have specific health concerns. Small steps, one bite at a time. Now here's something simple you can try starting today. Pick just 3 of these 9 foods we talked about and make them a regular part of your meals for the next 30 days. You don't have to overhaul everything at once. For many people, small, steady steps can lead to lasting changes. Notice how your energy feels. If your sleep improves, or if your clothes fit a little differently. Not because of drastic measures, but because your body is getting the gentle support it deserves. For many people, progress over perfection helps, and many find it's never too late to start small, meaningful changes. Of course, food alone isn't a magic solution. It works best alongside movement, rest, and your doctor's guidance. Always check in with your healthcare provider, especially if you have specific health concerns or take medications. Small, consistent choices may add up over time, and your body can respond to positive changes. Here's to taking it one nourishing bite at a time. You've got this. Here's a fresh addition. Sometimes the simplest changes make the biggest difference, like adding a handful of nuts to your breakfast, swapping refined grains for whole ones, or including leafy greens in at least one meal daily. These tiny tweaks, done consistently, build momentum. Pay attention not just to the scale, but to how you feel. Digestion, mood, even cravings may shift subtly when your body gets more of what it truly needs. Pair this with hydration, starting your day with water before coffee, and mindful eating. Slowing down just a bit helps you recognize hunger cues and satisfaction. And if you miss a day, no guilt. Nutrition isn't about rigid rules. It's about stacking more good days than off ones over time. You're not just feeding yourself for today. You're investing in the future version of you.